Throughout history, big changes happened because a secret was told. In ancient Rome, a significant change occurred when the secret battle plans of the Roman general Julius Caesar were revealed to his enemies. This secret information fell into the hands of rival leaders, and it allowed them to anticipate Caesar's moves. As a result, they gained a strategic advantage and ultimately played a divisive role in the downfall of Caesar's rule, marking a dramatic shift in the course of Roman history. Secrets can protect us or hurt us. Some secrets are too important to tell. Long ago, wise people knew this and stayed quiet to stay safe. Sometimes, it's best not to say or share things. In this video, we'll talk about 7 important things that Stoics believe you should stop talking. Do not engage in discussions on these subjects. These 7 ideas are all really important, and they all connect with each other, so make sure to stick around until the end. Congrats for seeking knowledge. The small, unsure thoughts. Ever been ready to decide but then had second thoughts like, am I up for it? What if I mess up? These thoughts can stop us from reaching our goals. While it might be easy to share these fears, it's good to think about them on our own first. What's the big deal? You might think. The problem isn't what's going on outside, but how we see it. This wisdom from Stoicism says that working on our personal feelings, instead of sharing them with everyone, can make a real difference. When we share our worries today, it often just leads to more confusion with everyone giving their 2 cents. Instead of doing what others do, try something new. Think about your thoughts quietly. Your own understanding should make you feel better, not what many people think. Talk to these thoughts, maybe even try to understand them. Nowadays, everyone can quickly see how you feel, but it's really strong to be alone and think about your self-doubt. Give your full attention to those thoughts, not to what others think. Isn't it smarter to fix a problem by yourself before showing it to everyone? Your next moves. Have you ever felt like someone is watching you, wanting to know what you'll do next? It's powerful to keep your plans to yourself and not make them a topic for small talk. Your dreams and goals are special to you. By not telling everyone, you keep some things a surprise. Today, many people share everything, but there's value in being private and letting what you do speak for itself. Many in the past have talked about their plans too soon and saw them fail. Think about Napoleon Bonaparte, for example. He was a brilliant military leader, but he often made the mistake of being too sure of himself, sharing his plans, and underestimating his enemies. The Battle of Waterloo is a clear example of how revealing too much can lead to failure. Similarly, business giants like Howard Hughes were famous for keeping their projects secret, making sure their rivals were always a step behind. It teaches us the strength of being unpredictable and the advantage of being careful with what you reveal. Nowadays, with social media encouraging us to share everything, it's important to remember the wisdom of Stoicism and take a more thoughtful approach. When you keep your future plans to yourself, you protect your dreams and have the freedom to adjust without others judging you. Seneca has a saying that if you don't know your destination, no wind will take you there. It's a reminder to know your direction, but only share it when it's the right time, mainly with yourself. Keeping your plans to yourself doesn't mean you're scared or unsure. It means you really understand how things work. You're not keeping secrets just because, you're making sure your path is special. When people see your actions, they'll see you're confident, thoughtful, and always ahead. Getting stuck in comfort. It might sound strange, but it's smart to keep our steps outside our comfort zone private. When you tell everyone about every challenge or new thing you try, the reason can change. Soon, you might find yourself looking for approval or praise for taking a risk. The Stoic way is not about getting praise from others. It's about self-improvement. The next time you choose to do something different, like waking up at 6 a.m. or walking on the top of a mountain, think about keeping it private. We may not be in charge of big armies, but we face our own challenges every day. In today's world where everything's easy to get, remember that mountains are formed by the wind, rain, and tough climbs. In the same way, our problems, especially the ones we face silently, help us grow. It's fine to enjoy comforts, but also step into unknown territories secretly. That's where we discover parts of us we didn't know about. Everyone's got a weak point. Every strong person has something they're sensitive about. We're a mix of strong and sensitive parts. It's important to guard these sensitive parts, not to show them to everyone. It's not about keeping them a secret, but respecting them. Like Epictetus said, it's not these weak points that shape us, but how we see them. It's important to acknowledge our weak areas. They show our past traumas, lessons we've learned, and even our worries about what's to come. These are personal matters. Sharing them might expose us to others' opinions, which can change how we see or accept them ourselves. By keeping these things to ourselves, we can prevent misunderstandings or misuse. It also lets us work on turning them into strengths. Historical figures like Abraham Lincoln knew their weak points. He had many setbacks and felt deeply sad at times. Instead of sharing these hardships, he used them to become more empathetic and a better leader. On the other hand, Julius Caesar's weak point was putting too much trust in his friends, which led to his sad end. History teaches us that we should be aware of our soft spots, handle them gently, and make sure they don't lead to our downfall. Today, many people share everything, and there's a push to be completely open. But there's strength in choosing what to share. Know your weak points, value them, and work on them. But you don't have to show everything to everyone. It's okay to keep parts of your story private. After all, there's a special charm in mysteries, and some stories are powerful because they remain untold. Holding on to bad feelings is like harming yourself and expecting the other person to suffer. It's a burden and doesn't help. Working through personal problems on your own can bring inner peace. By not expressing every issue, you learn to deal with them internally. Epictetus said that it's not what happens that bothers us, but our opinion of it. When you always talk about what bothers you, you might be seeking agreement from others. By taking a moment to think, you can decide, is this really a big issue? Can I manage it? Does it need to affect my mood? Often, you'll realize many problems aren't worth stressing over, and for those that are, confronting them is more productive than just discussing them. When we look back, we see stories of people whose personal issues got the better of them. Think about Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. Their disagreements led to a fatal duel. Hamilton died, and Burr's reputation suffered greatly. Their story shows us the dangers of acting on personal issues without thinking. Today, people often think it's good to share everything, but sometimes it's better to handle problems on your own. So when something bothers you, think before reacting. Ask yourself if talking about it will help or just create more drama. Many times, staying silent and finding peace is the best approach. When we reach a goal, there's a natural joy that comes with it. But today, many feel the need to share every success. Stoicism teaches us to value and enjoy these moments more personally. This is because self-pride is deeper and more lasting. By always talking about our wins, they might become just regular talk. It's not about keeping everything secret, but understanding why we're sharing. There's sharing for happiness, and then there's sharing just to get praised. Valuing and understanding our own progress helps us be confident and find strength from within. This confidence helps us handle both praise and criticism better. There are stories from the past that show the dangers of boasting too much, like the story of Icarus. He got excited about flying and went too close to the sun, ignoring warnings, and then fell into the sea. His need for attention led to his downfall. Recognizing success without showing off doesn't lessen its value. It makes it more meaningful. Today, Even though we're always connected, we should think before sharing our achievements. Your growth journey. Think about a seed germinating underground. This growth happens hidden beneath the soil. Imagine if that seed felt the need to show everyone each tiny root or sprout. It might even hinder its growth. Just like that, sometimes it's good to keep our personal development private. Every step you take to improve is special. But not everything special needs to be shown off. Some things are meant to be felt deep inside. In today's world, we often rush to post every detail of our lives online. Before posting, think, am I looking for approval or a real connection? It's an important distinction. Taking inspiration from ancient thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, we're reminded that change is personal and everyone has an opinion on it. When you're on a journey of growth, it might be better to keep some moments private. In the end, your growth will show itself, and that's more impactful than any post. In a world that often values instant reactions, Stoicism teaches us the beauty of restraint and reflection. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, penned his deepest thoughts in what we now refer to as meditations. These weren't for public consumption, but personal introspection. His approach prompts us to question our own habits. Do we always need to instantly share our feelings? The wisdom of the past reminds us of the value of understanding our emotions before expressing them. Not every sentiment demands a tweet or status update. Some emotions evolve and reveal deeper meanings over time. So, the next time you're overwhelmed with feelings, consider pausing and reflecting. Life is a challenge, but you're destined to win. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe for more interesting videos. Now, channel your inner strength and take charge of the day.